After the ball is over, after the skein is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 562. Today is Wednesday, July 19th, 2023, as we are recording. I am Marlecia, also known as Lady Fernico.
And I'm Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy. Sorry for the noise. We are doing one of our adjusted podcasts. For when we don't feel well, we adjust and do it on the computer versus our normal. So you guys still get podcasts.
I want to welcome all new and returning viewers to the Fun in the Woman Cave. If you're new, we're glad you found us. If you are returning, we're glad to have you with us. If you are new or returning and you are in the shadows and you want to, not be in the shadows, please feel to join us. All you have to do is press the little subscribe button on your right, the little red button, and you can tap the little bell gently up there, so you can get notifications, and it'll drop down so you can say how frequent you want the notifications within a given range. If you want to really get involved with what's going on, the alongs that you keep hearing about, and the prize drawings and things like that, you need to be a part of our PHN home group, which is phnhome.freeforms.net, and that's in the description box below the podcast, okay? Let's see here. How many projects do you have?
I have more than you. Quick, before I forget, I was asked via private message on PHN, and I just did the answering. Yes, we will do that. That's why I thought you were asking. Okay. So this is US 10. So the person was asking what size needle for the Thorns Hooded Cow.
I thought I was using a 10 and a half, but I guess
it's a 10.
Yeah.
And it actually calls for worsted. I kind of like it in the light worsted, but that's mostly because I have scalp tenderness. I could see where the worsted I made someone a worsted one, and it felt really nice. So that is a nice weight for it.
I think that mine is a light.
Well, it's Miss Babs. I've made most of mine out of Miss Babs.
Yeah. Okay. And we'll say something about Miss Babs later on in the program. Okay. So how many do you have?
Well, I have 6, which means I go first for tea.
And I only have 3, and substantially only one project, which I will talk about later.
I look a little bit here and there for everything because it was hard to get projects in this week. Sometimes it's weird where it's hard to get projects in, so you do more of them.
Yeah. No, I get that.
So, I don't know how much of this I'll be drinking right now because my stomach's a little angry, so I might be having the ginger ale instead. But in my Jane Austen mug, because it's Jane Austen July for BookTube, I have in here Black Dragon Pearl. Black Dragon Pearl. Pretty sure that's what it's called.
Okay.
One of the first teas I got from Adagio, and then I got it gifted to me later from my wish list from somebody. So it was nice to get more of it because it's one of the ones that's a little bit pricier than the actual Adagio teas, but it's really good. It's I think because it's already rolled up for you, it's a little more expensive.
It's in the master blend, isn't it?
No, but I like it because I don't necessarily need a spoon. I can just throw my pearls in there, and then it's ready to go. And also, it's an easy cleanup.
Yeah. Some of the ones I like that are decaffeinated have rooibos or honeybush in it, and they are really hard to clean up.
No, this one's really easy because it's usually only partially unfurled if you only got around to making one cup.
I have some that are like, they come out like spinach, and so those are easy.
That's green tea.
Yeah. Okay, now I'm having a decaf Nutella, and this is by one of our friends. I think this is Woody's, not Irishman's.
I think Woody was the one who gave me the Black Dragon Pearl that I needed.
So, and I have it in this Laura made for me. I have one that's got a PHN face on it, and then there's this one. It's like that one.
Because I happen to have my water in this one.
So I have this. Usually I'll drink my chai in here, but today I wanted to make sure I got it on the podcast. So that's why I have it here. It doesn't help me very much when I want to become more awake, not to be able to have caffeine. But I discovered a tea that somebody gifted me on Adagio. It was her own blend. And she made it for a friend of hers who doesn't do caffeine. And it's a chai. And it does wake you up. So that's in my cart. I'm going to be purchasing that in the next couple of days. So I have an option that wakes me up until I can go back to the more. Right now,
I wonder how that works. It's not caffeinated, it still wakes you up.
I don't know. I'm working right now with low trace and no caffeine. I'm hoping that they'll let me go up a little higher, and then when this whole thing is done, I'm going to go back to having some. I probably will not go completely back. I have 2 or 3 that I really, really like that are high, and then I'm going to go moderate and below. But, yeah.
I just want to get our little fun mouse guy going, because otherwise the screen will blank every once in a while. There we go. I need to name him. For people who are curious,
I thought you already named him.
I can't remember what I named him.
I thought we did. We named him.
We named
him Mortimer.
Yours is Mortimer.
Is it? I don't know.
Hang on. I can tell. Guys, there's this little oh, mine's Bernard.
Bernard.
Like the one from
Yeah, Bianca Bernard.
Yeah. Guys, it's a little moving mouse thing. It has a cute little mouse in the center, and then if you put it on, it has like a little thing that goes around. Yeah, and it keeps your screen on by just every once in a while moving your mouse. So,
which is why it's a mouse.
Yes.
So okay, so moving on. We have our alongs that we're doing. Let me see here. We have the PHN Movie Night Make Along 2023, and we are in the 3rd quarter for that. Oh, all the prizes have gone off. Everybody's prizes have gone off. Thank you. I know who you are for telling us what you chose for your prize. I did see that, but I didn't have time to respond. Thank you for letting us know what it was. Looney Hiker has some very nice patterns, so you lucked out. Thank you for your generosity also, Pat. This movie Make-Along goes from January 1st through December 31st, as I said, it's a full year. And the project's supposed to be knit, loom knit, crocheted, woven, or paper crafts such as journaling, origami, card making, things like that. If you have a question, just ask, okay? The hashtag is PHN Movie Night 2023 on Instagram, should you like to share it on Instagram. And we do have prizes, okay? The featured yarns and featured patterns are our normal, which is anything of mine, anything of Talia's, anything of Laura's, which means yarns or patterns. So if you use it and it fits the theme, it's eligible for 2 chances at a prize. And if you have a featured yarn and a featured pattern in the prize that is in a finished object, it's eligible for 3 chances at a prize. But you are responsible for multiple postings. We don't do multiple postings. You guys are on your own for that, okay? And you guys do a great job with that. Another one we have is the arthritis cardiac dysautonomia cal, and the rules are basically the same, except this one only goes to September 30th, okay? And the hashtag is PHN ACD 2023. The featured yarns and patterns are the same. The projects that are allowed are the same. If you have any questions about it, you can just look in the thread, okay?
I just want to make sure I give us the best light.
Okay. The tortoise versus hare, this is not our baby. This is Laura Concert's baby. And I'm not really sure where you are supposed to go to post your pictures for that. You can contact her. I think she wants it on Instagram, but I don't remember. So you'll have to contact her. But tortoise versus hare, this is anything tortoise or hare related, tortoise and or hare related, and it's not even toys, just toys anymore. Anything tortoise versus hare. It can be stuffies. It can be
I even have
wearables.
bookmarks.
It can be anything, okay? And Laura has opened this wide open, so we are also opening it wide open. Tortoise versus hare, anything related to tortoise versus hare or tortoise and hares, okay? And if, again, the featured yarns and patterns are the same, okay? It's always, regardless of the along, it's always the 3 of us, me, Talia, and Laura are things, as long as it reflects the theme. Sometimes we'll pick up another person, but that's not the case with this one because we don't need to. So, that's what we have here. if you have any questions, the thread is open in the group, and if you still have questions, just post it, and either one of us will get to you, or somebody will tag one of us, and we will contact you as soon as we can. Yeah, I think it was just I hadn't had the sweetener.
Because you're hitting it now.
Yeah.
You might need to shake it a little bit, or
I did. I swirled it a little bit.
yeah,
I don't want to shake
or
it.
use my wooden spoon.
Yeah, see, I have my normal amount. This carries about 20 ounces, right?
Yeah, I just
And I only have about 11 ounces in here, so.
sorry. Ooh, I can feel it. Like when I sipped, I was like, "Oh no, this is going to go down the round." Okay, so I have double the projects you have, so let me start off with 2.
Twice thrice.
So,
Twice thrice.
the first one I'm going to show, I'm so sorry, is in my Big Skin Little Wool bag, Velveteen Rabbit. In here I have the Vanilla Cream Socks, designed by K.F. Jones of Bakery Bears fame. I call these my Starburst socks. It's made out of they are made out of Flamingling by the Pool, which is a Lollipop Girl yarns yarn, and this one here, the heels, toes, etc. are highlighter, and for the other sock, the heels, toes, etc. are Pinkalicious. But it's the same main color, Flamingling by the Pool. And they were a set, so they're all Lollipop Girl yarns. I have to measure again. Okay, no. Yeah, I'm very close. I might need to start with the heel flap. I'm very close. I'll have to measure. That's why I didn't work on this during liturgy, because I knew I was pretty close.
Right.
So, yeah. I'm trying to finish more socks because I have to mend another one. I popped a hole, not a big hole, but I popped one in my West Yorkshire Spinners Owl socks. So, I need to mend that. I have enough of the yarn left. I just annoyed that I have to mend it. But since I only wear hand-knit socks, I do need to keep on top of that. I need to mend my other, I call them Harry Potter socks because that's what the colorway was at the time.
Right.
It's my red, gold, and black self-striping. That's so beautiful.
And green.
And green, you're right. Because it was supposed to be Christmas Harry Potter because he had never had anyone give him a Christmas present before, and his roommate's parent, she knit him a sweater.
Yeah. Shoot, because never buy sweaters.
Yeah, that was her gift. It was sweaters. But, yeah, so it was supposed to be his first Christmas yarn, which makes it even more sweet. But she had to change the colorway name for copyright for the future yarns. But I do love that colorway. I have a second pair of socks in that colorway. No, I'm knitting a second pair of socks in that colorway right now. But I do want to mend the pair I have because they are much loved. So I have a couple socks I need to mend. Next one is, okay, so I got a little bit of work done on, where are you? It's almost, where's here? Little guy. Okay, I'm missing a bag. I know I brought him here. Okay, so I thought, brought with me, unless I dropped it along the way, I had brought with me my little bunny I was working on, but he's not here. So, yeah, I worked on him.
They don't believe you.
Did I put it in this bag? Maybe I put it in this bag. No, this is another project. Oh, that's annoying, because I meant to bring him, because I was on his body, which was basically the or his head, something like that, where I had to think about stuffing pretty soon.
I haven't worked on any toys since I did that little turtle last time.
So, yeah, I don't know where he went. Oh, well, I'm sorry I can't show him to you. I'll tell you the pattern name, though. because I even made a point of grabbing the bag, but my hands are full, so I must have dropped him. The pattern is a Ribbler pattern, which means that it can only be worked off of the site or off the app. It is a good setup, though. Let's see.
I have yet to try any of my patterns there because I'm not sure how I feel about having to work off the computer or after this.
I haven't done it off the computer simply because it's more convenient for me to do it off of the phone. Okay, so the pattern name is, let's see. Go to, okay. It's Mini Bunny, and I'm going to show him to you. It is a Whimsical Yarn Creations pattern. And I wish I could have mine to show you so far, but like I said, I must have dropped him on the way. And the head and the body are saying that. So I finished the ears, finished the legs, and I am at the point in the body where I have to start thinking of stuffing. So I'm quite far along. And I did bring him, but he decided to run away because he's shy. So you don't get to see him, sadly. I am using, might as well at least give information of what I'm using because I can't show you anything. For him, I am using, oh yeah, I have 3 whole followers.
What?
I have 3 whole followers. Okay, I'm trying to find my yarn I'm using. I know I'm using, what's it called? The heavy yarn we always like. The bulky.
You're talking about James C. Brett?
Yes, James C. Brett. And I'm using like a kind of, see, I think for the body I'm using a grayish color. No, it's browny greeny kind of, like it's brown but it has like flecks of green in it. That's right. It's really pretty. And because I didn't have a white, I went ahead and I have like a light bluey kind of color if I remember correctly. No, it's like gray, I think. I don't know. I don't have it here because he ran away. So, yeah, he got a little work on him until I was at the point where I had to think, and then I stopped working on him.
Right. Well, my little turtle has, the one I started, the same time we started that bunny, I haven't done any work for 2 weeks on it because I don't have the time with what I'm doing right now.
That's why we had 2 weeks spaced. That's why I had so many without hardly working on anything.
All right, in my knitting's my bag, angel bag, not Christmas angel's bag, is my film noir shawl, and honestly, I'm working on this a few stitches at a time on the podcast because that's all. I'm pressed for time for this one project, and that's what I've been doing.
Yeah, not this project, a different project.
No, different project. So, and this one could be considered finished. I just am not ready for it to be finished because it's huge. But
You like a nice large one.
I like a nice large shawl, and it's not quite there yet. It's getting there.
Well,
like
do you
it-
want to put it on over my shawl? And see where it lands?
Let's see.
I feel like yours is a little lighter than mine.
It might be because it's got dragonfly fibers in there.
Yeah, it's not quite as long. I don't think. Hang on, let me flip this around.
Yeah, it needs just a few
See, this is where the edge ends.
more. So I probably need a few more rows.
Yeah.
But it's
But
close.
yeah, yours feels a
Yours,
little...
yours is also up higher.
Oh, okay.
So maybe 10 rows or something.
Yeah. I figured this is the best way to give you an idea
Yeah.
of how far. But yeah, yours is definitely lighter than mine.
And I've slowed down with this, not because I'm not enjoying the project, but because I really had to focus on another pattern. So this, I'm hoping this will be done for the fall next year. I mean, because I have to finish this other project by September, so, and this one's really close to being done. I just don't have the time to just sit down and focus on it.
It's always shawl weather.
It's always something.
I mean, granted, I look like I'm constantly dressed for winter, but
I always bring a shawl or a sweater, even during the summer. I might not necessarily wear it outside.
I think our neighbors must think I'm nuts because if I get the mail out, I'm dressed like it's winter. Or like the mailman comes and I have to sign for something, I'm sure he thinks I'm insane.
Not our regular man, because he knows you have medicines coming in. He probably thinks that you're just sick. You have a really good mailman.
Yeah. It's good to have a steady one again because we had a really good one when we first came here.
Right.
But then they started putting more restrictions about how much time he could spend in houses. It was for everybody because he used to come and he used to talk and very old fashioned kind of way of doing things. But
Yeah, our neighbor before he passed away was in like Talia couldn't leave the house basically, and so he would stop and talk to him for about 5 minutes. It wasn't a long time, but it adds up as you go.
Yeah.
You know?
really friendly.
Yeah. Really
Um,
nice.
Really nice. I used to work in a nursing home. He visited his dad every day. Sweetest man. Anyone who does that is automatically like an amazing person because too many people in nursing home never get visitors.
Yeah, that's very sad.
And when you work there, you see it too often.
I don't know if it was Mother Angelica or somebody who was talking about, you know, I don't know if it was Mother Angelica or somebody else I was listening to, but saying how the lady was sad. She had like, I don't know, 6 kids or something, and none of them came to visit her. And I just think, wow, that's...
And I know it's hard,
And
but all I think about is his mailman and his dad was he was almost nonverbal, and big old guy, just. It wasn't like his dad was completely with it and he was visiting. He was visiting because he was just a good person.
Right. I mean, it's just... And I understand that sometimes you're far away.
Oh, and he used to visit all the other ones too.
Yeah. Well, you're there, right? I mean, you know, it's just, might as well visit everybody.
I mean, it wasn't that he spent a lot of time with the other people because he was there for his dad.
Yeah.
But that's just tells you how amazing our first mailman was. But it's nice to have another
This
steady
guy's
mailman.
really nice, yeah. I can't put my head back enough because it's still too hot and I don't want to get burned.
That's why I don't use it for hot because for me that's just too much of them.
Well, no, because I just didn't have enough. So I'm gonna leave it because I had it with my chai tea when I had 16 ounces and that was fine.
I use this for water because for me that's just the most convenient
Yeah.
way.
Well, I'm gonna leave this open so it cools.
All right, so it's my turn. I'm getting saltines on myself. I'm trying to stick to the tea so I don't have the extra calories of ginger ale because it's a fair amount of calories and I'm trying not to. Okay, my next one is another pattern from Ribbler. This time this one didn't run away.
You should have a fresh tie. That would have helped you with your stomach or my having to hold.
First of all, I didn't necessarily have the stomach issue when I made the tea, but for me sometimes a nice steady black tea is just better.
I think I'm gonna get a spearmint tea on its own. Because I love the blend, but I
want to say I have some because I was going to blend it myself.
I have a peppermint. I didn't like the peppermint on its own, but the spearmint when I got the sample that was really good.
Okay, so this here is I'm going to bring up the pattern. This is my TMJ Pop Tart. So, oops, I was looking for my phone. And it is a Ribbler pattern. So the pattern is Giant Pop Tart Pillow by Lily's Crochet Shop. And this is what it looks like. Really cute. And actually mine's going to be slightly bigger because when I measured with the stitches that she got and she said what it's supposed to be, mine was longer. I'm like, oh, it'll just be nice and bigger. So...
It's not a issue.
Yeah. I am using, I think it was Bernat Blanket. Really big yarns. It's super bulky. And when you're crocheting it, you can see the stitches, but,
It's really hard to see.
well, I can see where I'm supposed to go in up here with the V's.
This would be really hard for the project I'm working on because I have to pick up stitches on the side.
Well, I'm going to have to. I'm going around.
Yeah.
In that way that you hate.
That's going to be challenging.
So.
I can see it, but it's going to be challenging.
And I have to work on this when I am having a good day because, like, right now I'm touching it and my hand's tingling because I'm having a sensory issue. But I'm using an H, a 5mm. But yeah, this is one. It's not both hands. It's my left one, which is my problem side. So.
Everything is a problem.
Well, it's like But you know, you always have that one that's worst, and for me, it's the left one. If anything is going to happen, it's usually on the left
Does
side.
this bother your hand?
Not at the second. I think sometimes if something's too soft, like a certain kind of soft, like you know that softness that sometimes is in slippers or like those warm socks.
Yeah, those are that's fluff though. That's not,
Yeah.
yeah, and that's why I was wondering if this because this is fluffy. It's fuzzy.
It's fuzzy, but it's not the same as this is chenille or whatever. And it's not like it's not both hands. It's just the one.
Right.
And yeah. If I hold this long enough, it starts kind of like saying, no, stop it. But that's because I'm having a day. It's supposed to thunderstorm.
Yeah, it thunderstormed already. It's supposed to thunderstorm again.
Yeah. And there's always recovery after a migraine. I had a migraine yesterday, too. Yay. But, yeah, that's that project. Is that my second? Hold on. No, I have one more to do. But the next one I have to show is my Log Cabin Love, which is designed by 10 Hours or Less,
George.
which is our very own George.
Our very own George, even if I don't think he's part of the group anymore, but he's always part of the group.
Well, he was very helpful when I was first starting to design. And he didn't have to
He was
be.
very supportive.
Yes.
George is a very good guy.
Well, I mean, he edited for me when I was trying to figure out.
If you don't know 10 hours or less, stop by and see his shop. You won't regret it if you crochet. Or if you knit. He does both.
Yeah, he does both. This is the pattern. I wanted to make a lap blanket because the normal blanket that I have, normal blankets will catch on the wheels of my chair when I try to scoot forward, or they're an odd length, which I just wanted to cover my lap. I don't want to have to like fold it over 20 times.
Right.
So it's, I mean, if I was to look at it, I could probably say, yeah, I'm close to being finished, but I want to add more colors. And the square nature of it is...
Is it square or rectangular?
It's going to be... Well, I'm not done. I have another blue to add
Okay.
down here, and then I have two different blues to add here.
Okay.
Because...
Well, one on each side.
Yeah, because what happens is... Okay, so you see I have dark red, light red, bright red. So this is light blue, different blue, different blue.
Right, no, I get that. But the reason I was asking is because this here is rectangular.
This is different. This is before I figured out what I was doing.
Oh, okay.
Because, but, I mean, it does look rectangular here. I can see what you're saying. It might end up slightly rectangular, but it's not intended to be rectangular.
Right.
I think, there might be a slight change in this because I went down needle size.
Oh, right.
Because he, wanted a 10.
Well,
Or 10 and a half.
He seems to like things loose.
And I don't like airy things. So, especially since the whole purpose of this is to keep me warm. Because one of the things when I'm having a flare is either I get super hot
Well,
or...
isn't he in Florida or something?
I don't know. Either I get super hot or I'll get super cold. And if I don't have my lap covered when I'm super cold, I'm just... I can't warm up. And even if I'm unable to completely warm up, it makes me feel better to have something in my lap when I'm feeling that way. So, yeah, this is a fun pattern to work, and I'm really enjoying it. I do have another pattern of his that is waiting in the wings for when this one's done, but
Which one is that?
that's the, remember I had the baby blanket that I made, that had the hearts?
Mm-hmm.
And I have adjusted the pattern. Well, first of all, I followed his directions to make it bigger, but then I decided I didn't want the miles of seed stitch.
Right.
So then I decided I was going to do repeats of his center instead,
Right.
because I didn't want to do like 20,000 rows of seed stitch. That's just too much seed stitch. So
One row of seed stitch is too much seed
well,
stitch.
you
I
can't
love
do
the-
you can't do one row of seed stitch. You have to have like 4 in order for it to even show up.
My point exactly. One row is too much.
But
I
it's not
love the
it's not
way
seed
it
stitch
feels.
if you do one row.
I know that. It's still too much. I don't like working seed stitch. I prefer.
It feels nice,
I like the
though.
way it feels, and I like to have it in my projects. I just don't like doing it.
One of the things I like about it is it clings to your shape. So if you put on, like for the fingerless mitts that I designed, you put it on, it doesn't feel like it clings. It's
I like
nice.
that. It form fits. It's nice, and that's what I like about it. I just don't like doing it because I get mixed up with where I am on the stitches.
I think the first time I used it was Isolde Teague's Vivian. that I knit. The one that the Davina always wants me to make another one for, and it's like, haha, that's funny. But I think that was the first time I did seed stitch, and that was around the complex cables because
Right.
I didn't know what I was doing, and I went for complex. But it turned out pretty well for someone who didn't know what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's why that sweater tends to form fit to the shape. But I find that if you gain weight or whatever, it doesn't. It works with you.
Mm-hmm.
It follows you versus where maybe if you have weight gain, weight loss, or whatever, some of the other if you had no seed stitch, it might not follow in the same way. It might look loose or tight or whatever. So
Okay, let me just.
yes,
Where's
it
my-
is your turn.
Where is my? There it is. I actually did a little bit more on this one. I thought I would. This is my strawberry shortcake baby blanket. It's in my THN Podiversary bag. This is our 10-year Podiversary bag. And I only did, did about, while I'm sitting here, about 3/4 of a row total. I did some during the podcast last time we were on. It is slowly growing. This is not a difficult pattern for me. I just, like I said, I've been focusing on something else. This is extremely soft. The yarn is ice yarn. And it's an ice yarn that I didn't know they had in terms of it's fuzzy.
I think the difference is this other one's Chanel, and that's not Chanel. I don't know what that is, but
It's just fuzzy. I don't know what it is. It has a halo. I don't mind working with it as long as I don't make a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
If I make a mistake, it's almost as bad as unforgivable. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, it's actually called, I think, Unforgettable.
it is. Isn't it Red Heart?
I believe it is Red Heart. It's a beautiful yarn. Colors are beautiful in it, but it's just atrocious to work with. I don't like it because you can't tink back. I tried it. I had Taya help me one time. We just couldn't get it to release the stitches.
Oh, remember that fuzzy yarn I used to make Davina's?
Oh, that was awful.
Her.
But that was faux fur or something.
It was faux fur. It was her Miss Black.
Bianca.
Thank you, Miss Bianca. I was like, she goes to my mouse, Bernard. Yeah, Miss Bianca hat. Oh, that was a pain to make. She sometimes wears it.
Yeah, well, it's not cold right now.
Yeah. But that was a pain in the neck. I was glad that she liked it because I might have cried if she didn't. Because that was really difficult to work on.
I'm surprised that I would never have attempted that.
Well,
don't
I
care.
saw it. I was like, she will love this so much.
I will balance what a person will love and my tolerance for doing it. because
I must have momentarily become insane.
yeah, I looked at that yarn like, yeah.
Well, the hard thing was, for whatever reason, even though, I did a gauge swatch, when I crocheted.
Because you ran out of yarn, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because it ate more than expected. No, I didn't run out of yarn. It ended up being a lot bigger than expected, so I had to adjust. It was very frustrating.
Right.
Because in spite of doing a gauge swatch, it did not behave the way it was supposed to.
That's almost a little frustrating.
But you showed yours, so next for me. Well, this is the one I have in my lap. So this is the Thorns Hooded Cow, and it's a free pattern. Just you Google it, it'll come up on Ravelry. Ravelry will take you to the site. If you find the website can be shown up on its own on Google, it's where there's a bunch of free Tolkien inspired patterns. So yeah, that's the pattern. This is Thorns Hooded Cow. I call it Bomber's Hooded Cow because Bomber's the one who wears a yellow hood. Thorn wore a blue one. I don't think his was the sky blue. I think his was like a nice royal blue with.
I thought Balance was the Balance was red.
Balance is red. I'm wearing Balance. I know that Keely and Feely had blue, and I think they had the sky blue, whereas he had some sort of blue, and he had the silver lining with the silver tassel.
Probably royal blue.
That's what I think. It was probably royal blue. I can't remember because it's been a little while since I read The Hobbit, since I was reading things in order, and
I know mine is matching Arwen's cow.
well, her second one was a cow, but yeah, you're going for that.
No, I know it wasn't a cow.
Yeah.
That's what it's mentioned.
Yeah.
It's matching.
And they called these hoods in the book their best party hoods, because they were going to an unexpected party. But apparently they carried non-party ones because they gave Bilbo one when he realized he forgot to give himself something to cover his head
Right.
in while traveling. And one of them, I think it was Balin, because Balin was always like
Balin was nice.
Balin's awesome. And I think he gave Bilbo one of his non-party ones that he had. But yeah, so this is Bombers. And yeah, this is Miss Babs. The colorway is sorry. My brain's broken. Please help me.
Squash blossom.
Thank you. Squash Blossom. I knew what it was. It's just it didn't. It was not there at all in my brain. So this is Squash Blossom. My absolute favorite colorway of hers, although she has a bunch of pretty ones. Mm-hmm. This one I haven't seen this yellow matched anywhere else. And I usually grab it whenever it's on sale. That's what I think. It might have not. It doesn't really fit the theme you have going there. And I think it was a good decision to go the way you did.
And we'll talk about that when we get to my project.
Yeah. So, yes, this only started getting work on it today. Because I don't know why. I don't know why I haven't been working on this when I've been reading. Probably because I've been having a lot of focusing issues, so I can only do one thing at a time right now.
I need to work on mine. I'm on the hood on mine.
Okay.
I just haven't. I haven't
until
done
a certain point, it's pretty simple.
Yeah, you just go round and round and round.
Oh well, even the hood when you're just going back and forth. Even the sewing part's not that hard because they actually make it a very simple pattern. You're not doing much in the way of shaping. You end up sewing.
Yeah.
So you can't see the seam, but there is a seam underneath here. My first one I made, I did the seam on the wrong end, and it's on the top.
I like that though.
It's not my favorite, but
I like it. It's cute.
I don't usually wear that one because that's my going to sleep hood. Because I do wear one going to bed. My head gets cold, and it can sometimes block light. I actually wear almost like a night mask. I pull it over my eyes, like Indy and his hat.
Except for like Scrooge and all his stuff.
Scrooge never pulled it over his eyes, though.
No, was not capable of.
Yeah, because his was it. Whereas Indy, I think it was actually in Raiders that because Marion wanted to kiss him, talk to him or something, and he leans back and he puts his hat over his eyes, and she just kind of sits back a little bit exasperated. That's, our real Indy. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into that right now. Or ever.
But yeah, so that's this one.
Excuse me, guys. I apologize.
Other one, this is my final one. This is in my, who did this bag? This is from, Laura gave me this one, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
No, she didn't. Because this matches my,
That's Christina.
That's Christina, and I actually think she made it.
Yes, I believe you're right.
Because I have the matching, pot holders. One is always at my desk. But, yeah, so this is a bag that she made for me. Really cute. All these bunnies. And in here is the Walking to Town pattern. It's a Joanna Johnson pattern.
That's one I stopped doing, right?
I think it was.
Is that the one where you have a funny count?
Yes, just at the beginning, though.
Yeah.
I forget what I actually called it. It was a reference to the officers because of the red coats.
Right.
And a lot of times in Pride and Prejudice, the younger sisters would walk to town to see the officers. Because they didn't always have access to the carriage because, they needed it for the working the land. So it was a really big favor if they got
carriage
that.
or the horses?
Well, they only had, so they had, it would be the horses, yeah. But they wouldn't have access to the carriage if they didn't have the horses.
No, I know.
Yeah. But no, you're right, I said that poorly. But yeah, here is, it's kind of crunch on the needles just because I'm getting towards the point where I think I have another repeat or so of the section before I start the ruffle. It's a big ruffle at the bottom. It was a nice ruffle though, it wasn't like an annoying looking ruffle. I'll show you what it's supposed to look like. This is Dragonfly Fibers. This is the Airport Hot Sauce. This is a colorway I've sort of like hoarded because it's one I've always loved. It really does look like hot sauce. and it is not one that they do anymore since the change of hands. I did pick up, if I don't have enough, another of the yarns if I have to use it and be down on the ruffle because it doesn't quite match. It's really pretty, but it's not quite the same. This is molten. And it undid itself in the bag.
I can fix it.
Yes, please, because I'm really bad at doing this. But yeah, so you can see the difference. That one's a lot brighter. This one is a little more muted. As funny as it sounds when you're looking at this on the screen. But I think I will have enough without having to resort to breaking open that skein. In which case, I have a nice red skein for something else. And it's one that if I use it and need more, I know they still carry it. Thank you. I think this is a new colorway for them. Maybe they started this one after the change in hands.
I know they kept some of the recipes.
Yeah.
They didn't leave them all the recipes.
And this looks like it was one of the ones that didn't get left because I looked for it. And it wasn't even listed as one that they just didn't happen to
Well, I was
have.
frustrated with one that I wanted, which was rodeo.
Well, the
it
problem is
wasn't called rodeo.
that
it
was the
it
problem.
A set.
Yeah, it was a set. It never was there by itself.
But I didn't have the kit either to see what the color was.
Well, they never said what the color was in the kit.
No, I know, but I could have maybe bought the kit
Yeah.
or matched the kit.
Because, yeah, I don't know if that was one that she dyed specifically for it because all the skeins I had were from that kit. It was something I was going to make. It was a sweater, I think it was. And I decided I didn't want to make it, so I had a bunch of it left over. And I used it in projects until I didn't have any more. But, yeah, that's that.
Do you have another one?
No, that's it.
Okay, let me just clip this here so I don't lose my stitch. I have it all kind of just goes. All right, this one is what I've been working on because there was a change in plans for the wedding gift, and I'll explain that either at the end of the podcast or next time we have the show. This is the blanket I had been working on, the courthouse, I think it's courthouse steps is what Christina called it. So it's grown quite a bit, as you can tell. I still have all the ends. The yarn, I ordered some yarn from Miss Babs, and it's coming in, so if I finish this row before it comes in, I'll start weaving in ends and things like that. But it's supposed to come in tomorrow. And I had a really nice experience with Miss Babs, because this color that I have here, on top of the blue, this one up here, right here, I had it for several years because the price on it was $38. So you guys, if anyone who follows Miss Babs knows that that's not the price anymore. It's like $52 a skein. Not that it's not worth it, because when you get Miss Babs, you get like 2.5 skeins
I
for
just
that.
try to catch it on sale.
I try to catch her on sale. And that's why I told the lady, I said, I love your yarn. I've been doing you guys, buying from you for years and years and years, and this is the first time I had an issue. The issue was that I was trying to cake up the yarn, and I had to stop because it was so tangled, so I had to do it by hand and ball it up. Okay, no problem. Balling up, fine. Okay, get that. I ended up with 17 balls of various sizes.
It's not like when I gave you the yarn that you're untangling,
No,
where it
no.
came out of a sweater.
Here's some of them here. There's 5 in here. And there's 2 larger ones in here. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there's 8 in here. And then this is the one I'm currently working off, and this is the one I'm going to be hopefully working off the other side. So I was talking to her on the phone because I got the letter all written up, and I took the pictures on the Swift and with all the balls out and all that. And we talked about, could it be moths? Could it be this? Could it be that? And I said, I don't think that is the problem because...
First of all, you haven't had any problems with any of your other yarn.
Yeah. And I said that, that's something I didn't think about. I am going to get some cedar chips just to make sure. But so I said, the upshot was, I said, well, what can I do about this? And she said, well, I can give you a new skein of yarn and send it out tomorrow. And I said, well, can we just, first of all, my yarn was only $38. I don't want to, it was an older skein. I don't want her to give me a $52 skein of yarn. That's not fair. So I said, just can you please just take the $38 off my last order, which was over $200. So she did. She took that off. She did it right away. It went right through that day while we were talking. And she said, yeah, she said that was really weird how cut up it was. Because I showed it, I sent her the pictures while we were talking and the letter and everything. And she said, yeah, no problems whatsoever. Most pleasant person you want to meet. The customer service at Miss Babs is phenomenal.
I've had really good experiences in general with yarn shops in that way.
Yeah, but the reason I want to
No, you do need to, just like when I had it with West Extra Spinners and all, you just have to let them know. I had the same thing with Dragonfly Fibers at one point.
Or I've even had it with Madelinetosh, where I had something that.
Oh yeah, I remember you had it with Madelinetosh.
But this is, I thought it was very well handled. There was no, she didn't. She said, I don't need to see the pictures. We don't question our customers. She said, I feel better if you see this. So she said, okay, shall I send it to her? And she looked at it. She said, oh yeah. She said, okay, I get this. And she sent me the refund, and I will remain a Miss Babs customers because they take care of their people.
I'm sorry, I think of Laura and her signatures.
Oh, her signatures. She didn't have to send anything. She just shows the broken thing on Instagram. They send her another one. But
that's good customer service.
It's excellent customer service, but I'm not talking about them.
But it just occurred to me because
I don't want to take away from Miss Babs.
No, you do need to focus on Miss Babs. Sorry.
Miss Babs is amazing for that. They have, I told the lady, I said, I can only really purchase you guys on sale, so purchasing 4 skeins of yarn off of a sale is a lot for me, and I've never had. And so she was like, "Yeah, we'll give you the refund if that's what you prefer." And I think that was fair because that way I get exactly what I paid. They don't. I feel like if they had given me another skein of yarn,
you feel like they're taking.
I feel like I'm taking advantage of them. So and it wouldn't have gotten there in time anyway. So I'm just using the skein that's broken up and hoping I don't have too many. Because I told her, I said I almost predominantly shop from them Yalza because if I have a project, it helps me to keep from having so many ends to.
I really like them for sweaters for just that reason because then you have also less concern about shifts in colors. Because I, on principle, refuse to alternate skeins. The only time I've alternated skeins, is when I knit my cowl and I didn't like how that worked for me, so I just don't do it anymore.
And like I said, Miss Babs is a little pricey, but it's.
I think they had to go up based off of shipping and stuff.
Probably, and my thought is also if you look at 2.5 skeins of any other DK yarn, it's going to be like 2.5 or 2.25 skeins.
Because most skeins cost about $20.
No, they cost more than that.
Okay, so
I'm on the low end.
Okay, so if think about that, if you're talking about a low end is $20, that's 40 right there, and you're talking about another half, that takes you to 50 right there. So that's they're 2.5 on the low end.
Well, no, that I'm talking about not even the price. I'm talking about their yardage.
Well,
so if you're talking about 200 and I think DK is what 245 because I think the it's the sport that's 274. So you talk about 245 and 245. That's not even 500 yet. So you may be talking 1.25 or something like that.
But
it's worth it.
Their price does match what they're doing. They're actually being generous with their price.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's my point. It's a little over two skeins in that, and you're getting a comparable price. It's just that
it just feels more like a blow because you're like, this is one skein, but when you think about it, it's like, oh well, I'm actually.
And I told her that. I said, I know it's a good deal. I said, it's just when you're buying it, because essentially what I bought was not 4 skeins, but like 9.
Right. Well, it's so easy to buy sweaters work from them because you end up just having to do a fairly small amount of skeins, fairly few skeins, few skeins, and you get a nice bit of yardage.
Yeah, so I just want to plug them because they were very, very good handling my little problem. And
she's crocheting with them right now. I'm knitting with them right now.
We do a lot of Miss Babs.
We do.
Yeah,
we do.
So Miss Babs and Dragonfly and
I think this is the only one I have right here. That's Miss Babs because I don't have any in this blanket because I went worsted, and I don't have any Miss Babs not true worsted.
Yeah, I don't. They do have worsted.
Yeah, they do. I've just only ever used. I have some fingering weight of theirs, that's set aside for socks. And shocking of shockers, this is the colorway. Although I do also have that pretty blue that I set aside for. No, that's not what this blue is. It is a Miss Babs, but it's not chirp. I can't remember what it is. That I picked up for a different project, and it's fingering weight. It was meant to be a not mosaic, a brioche shawl, but I lost brain power because I was starting to get sick, so it got transferred to other projects.
Yeah, I generally stay for Miss Babs with the yows. I will occasionally pick other things up, but normally if I go for other things, I'll do it myself, or I'll buy from Expression Fiber Arts or Dragonfly Fibers.
You
or,
inherited some of my Killington.
Yeah, but I didn't buy it.
No, you didn't. But
And-
you inherit it's silk and something, and that's a DK. I want to say.
Probably. I generally stick to Miss Babs for this, and when I go to other weights, it's either my own or it's
Nippies.
well, yeah, but I'm not talking about acrylic.
No, I'm not talking about acrylic either.
No, I'm talking about like Dragonfly Fibers.
Oh, you're talking about not the big box.
Oh, the one I can't get. If I go to a fiber festival, I make sure I go to Tempting You.
Yeah.
But I don't know when the next time I'll go. I don't go to fiber festivals anymore. But
I can't remember if they have a site or not.
they
They
have a site, but it's attached to a store.
Well,
and
it
it's-
might be different now because I haven't checked it since 2020.
I have.
And okay, because I would say a lot of places.
Because I was getting newsletters from them.
Okay.
And they seem to be attached to a store. I don't know that you can order them from the store.
Because they're really nice.
Yeah, they're fabulous. over there.
Really nice yarn too. I knit. Let's see, I knit a couple projects. I knit Davina hat, I want to say, and I knit something else. It's just fun.
And I like Malintosh and Malabrigo. You know, they're good. So, yeah.
I got a hat, a yarn that was like something diva, and I made it for Davina. That's what it was. It was like pink and blue with
Yeah.
sparkle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I have some sparkle yarn from them. It's blue, different shades of blues. It's sitting over there. It's a DK weight, I believe.
Well, your really pretty one is the brown one. It's
Well,
like a rich chocolate.
That's slated for a shawl. I just haven't.
yeah,
had a
and
chance to
actually
do it.
that has sparkle in it too.
Oh, most of the stuff I picked up.
Yeah.
has
Well, they
sparkle.
have some nice sparkle. But that blue, that brown,
It's
that was
still-
pretty.
It was in the walk into town. I pulled out.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. We'll see. Yeah, that's a lot to say about this project. It has grown a lot. I think I'm about, I don't know, maybe not quite halfway, because when I add the top and the bottom, add 6 inches. When I do it's 3 inches per log, so it adds 6 inches on each, all together.
Yeah, I bet you're significantly larger than I am.
So you can see that it's quite large.
Yeah. Because the crochet goes a lot faster.
Well, yeah, I'm using a double crochet, and this is a DK weight yarn. So, this is what I'll probably be. You might only see me doing basically this for the next several weeks because it has to be done by September. And, yeah,
Thankfully, it works up quickly.
yes,
but
it does. And I was just grateful that I could make this skein work because I didn't have anything else that would work. I have it's a kind of a gold color coming in that's going to be on this side here. And I will work on it as soon as I finish this one. So
because I think it's actually called gold something.
it's goldenrod, isn't it?
It might be goldenrod.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because we figured that color would work better than this one with what
Yeah.
she's got going. This one's just a little bit too
Bright, I think.
Yeah. I think
It's a little off with some of the other colors.
Yeah, whereas this other one where it adds a bit of brightness to it, it's not gonna. It has a similar tone. This one is like, hi.
Yeah, I think I have a couple purples coming in, and the gold and a couple of blues coming in, or something like that. I have 2 variegated and 2 solids coming in. So one of the solid will work with this color, and I will probably do at least 1 repeat of a color if I have enough yarn, and if I need the length and the width. But yeah, that's about it.
Okie dokie. So, I don't have any journal stuff. I have to work on it today because I finished another book. So I need to do that. I'm trying to do it as soon as I finish the book.
I do have journal, but it's over there, and it's not really worth showing at this point. So it'll just stay there.
I don't have any finished objects. I would have if I focused on the bunny.
I could have finished the turtle, but I decided to to switch in midstream my gift. So this is what I've been working on.
Because you had issues with the other.
Yeah, and I'll tell you about those later. I'm not going to go into it right now. I don't feel like getting it out.
So, no FOs, no stash enhancements.
I do.
Okay.
Do you want to do shop first?
Oh, I have nothing to tell about shop.
Oh,
It's
I bet-
basically, you know.
I forgot to say what this is my Christina Owl's bag. This is my favorite big bag. It's even bigger than Laura's. This is ginormous. I can fit Laura's bag in here, I think, as long as it's not
You
completely full.
could fit a small child in there.
Yes. So I love this bag. It's got this patchwork, and it's gonna probably have the patchwork in here for a while because when I finish this one, I've got yarn coming in from Knit Picks, bulky yarn, the bulky swish, to make a blanket for myself, and my husband, for the top of our bed, and because my husband was quite put out because this was supposed to be ours, so I said,
But yours will end up being bulky, so that'll be even better.
yeah, it'll be bulky, so that.
But you'll be working on that for a while because he wants it huge.
Yes. Do you? Well, it's going to be big stitches though.
Yeah.
Does anybody remember who gave me this bag, or did I buy it?
I don't think you bought it. I thought it was a gift.
I think it was a gift, and I was really grateful to get it. Was this another Christina gift? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Somebody, because everybody knows I like.
I
owls.
remember this thinking this was really cool. The
I've had these
tape
before,
measure.
and I'm just grateful that it's holding up because I've had these before. I messed them up, but this was holding up really well.
Well, you have to make sure you pull it at the same time because
Right.
otherwise it gets undone.
And this is holding my little partial balls that came out of that one skein, so it's in the bag here. But yeah, going into stash enhancement, I'm going into shop news. I know I've been really remiss about updating the shop. I still have a couple skeins to label so I can put it in the shop, and then I need to really find time to dye yarn. I know it's just a lot's been happening. I don't. By the time I get to it, Mike's home and it's close to getting ready to.
It feels the day goes so quickly.
It does. It goes really quickly, and it's not an excuse. I'm trying to find a way to use my time better, and I'm in the process of doing that. I do want to continue to dye yarn. Just be patient with me, and I will hope to get some yarn skeins up soon. Summertime's not my favorite time of year to dye yarn. I prefer like from about Halloween through Easter. I just, the colors for summer are not my favorite. I need to just get over myself and do it. But it's also a time where I kind of just peter out, I think. You know, it's just for whatever reason. So the shop, yeah, keep an eye on the shop. I do have like four skeins of yarn, I think it is. I showed them to you last time we were on the podcast. It was the Magic Geode and the Circus Afro. So those will be going in the shop as soon as I can get the last two skeins labeled and pictures taken. Hopefully soon. No promises, but hopefully soon.
And I've just added to I have a to-do app. I've just added to the to-do app that I need to post Eleanor's crosses on my shop.
You still haven't done it.
Yeah, I keep saying I'm gonna, and then my brain just doesn't.
You and me both.
So I'm hoping if I put it on my to-do list, it'll actually get done.
Okay, I do have royalties. Do you?
I don't.
Okay, I have a lot.
Every time I have royalties, it's basically books now because, well, and actually, I guess it's Chenille, but I showed that.
Now, I had, last time I showed you Expression Fiber Arts because she had a sale. She had another sale of these oopsies that I really liked. And this one ended up in the blanket also. So this is what, I got two of the same color, two of these in the DK.
And I have pink panties.
Yeah. And then this one here. So,
Now what's left can be used for toys.
oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize how much you had left for here.
I'm sorry?
I didn't realize how much was left here. I thought this was all you had left.
No, I have quite a bit left. Which leaves me an opening if I want to use it as an extra log, because I have enough.
Yeah.
Potentially, I might have enough with the two of them. So that's what I got from them. There's no colorway names on these because they're oopsies,
Right.
and so I can't get more of them. But I like shopping her oopsies because she's another one that can tend to be a little expensive, but she has some really nice sales, and I keep an eye open for her kits that are oopsies in the DK. I think it's called Dewey DK that I like, and It's because she doesn't have like straight DK. It's either got silk or cashmere or whatever. This has got silk in it.
I just realized that Joe was stashing his, but I'm not getting up to get it. Now Jane sent that Patton's.
Yeah, but that was new. That's
Patton's
why.
Croy.
You can show it next week.
Yeah, because I literally just got it yesterday. But I was in the middle of migraine when I got
The
it.
other stuff I got was tea. 2 different orders, and I think Davina paid for part of this first order. Menaggio. I got sugar, the tea sugar.
Oh, good. We need tea sugar.
Ty and I share this. That's why it's so ginormous. And this is not even the biggest one. This is the second biggest.
I thought we get the biggest one.
No, this is 3 pounds.
Oh, okay.
The other one is like
5 pounds?
5 pounds or 8 pounds or something. Like that.
And what we do is we alternate who purchases it, and then we fill up each of our containers with sugar.
Yeah, so this usually lasts us. We usually get about
Two refills.
2 refills, maybe roughly.
But our containers are, not small.
No,
They're like double of what you have there, Mom.
yeah, they're double of these.
So it's like one
So
on top of the other.
It's
Oh, yeah.
it's about this high, but
This wide.
Okay. And so and I've been cutting back on my sugar. Ty's been having less tea, so it should last a little longer.
Yeah, because I tend to drink a cup of tea, like make it last all day. Now sometimes if I'm good and don't have as many snacks, or if I'm not quite as fatigued, I might get a second cup.
Right.
I'm
Now,
happy if I get a second cup because I don't feel like I wasted the tea leaves.
part of the reason I've been buying more tea, and you guys may find yourself getting teas randomly every so often, because I'm jettisoning. I'm going to give a bunch to one of my friends. I'm jettisoning some of my caffeinated teas while noting which ones I like, because I need to make room for the decaf, low calf ones that
That you have to have.
that I have that are what I can have right now.
Because it's at least 6 months you can't have them.
Yeah, about 5 now. But so I got some more Arabica chai, which is a non-caffeinated. It is a chai. This is white chocolate peppermint. I cannot wait to try this. A friend of mine, the one who made me all my personal teas, she doesn't want me suffering through not being able to have tea with my TMJ. She's a sweetheart. So she did a whole DK fandom, and
Just for her.
well,
I mean, she shares it, but, just for her, quote unquote.
so I've got chocolate, strawberry, some cream, and
The idea sounds good, but strawberries can be hit or miss in
yes, and then
I like her covers.
spiced cran orange. That's these 2 here, and then this one is a revamping of. It's not. She did this for me. I really liked it, and it was caffeinated. So she made me a decaf version.
I like your owl.
Yes, she puts owls on all the ones that she does for me specifically.
I think you said my King Wenceslas is one you can have too.
I have to check. This is Marlicious chocolate cocoa cream. Yes, so this is what I already liked. She adapted another one, but it was moderate tea, moderate caffeine. And then she had these. So this is why I have to get rid of some. She gave. Yeah, this is the one she had to revamp because I just didn't. I didn't like it. The peach in it, so she took the peach out. It has a moderate caffeine. I'd have to taste it for her, and then I'll put it aside. She had. Pumpkin banana nut.
Yeah.
Pumpkin banana nut. And decaf chocolate dreamsicle, which is one I like that she already did for another one. And vanilla blue chai, which is blueberry. This one is Neapolitan Dreams. I love Neapolitan. And this one is actually, I got it for Davina. It's not one of her blends. My friend's blends. It just got stuck in the box with it. I got it for Davina to try because it's, cotton candy.
And Davina, Davina loves her cotton candy stuff. She used to always want to pick up cotton candy perfume, and she still probably would if she was allowed to.
It's obnoxious.
It's obnoxious now because I'm sensitive.
It was obnoxious before.
It was obnoxious before, but the sensitivity is making it.
You gave me a reason to.
Exactly, I'm an excuse.
So, and then my other order came through with this. It's Some Like It Hot honey. So this might go to you guys as part of a prize. And I got honey bush pumpkin chai, and then these. I'm not even gonna open the box. I'm gonna read off the top here. Oh, this one I'm not gonna say because I got this for a birthday gift for somebody.
Okay.
Not that I think she watches it. I can't read these.
Okay, Mom. So you have Thanksgiving Earl E Chai. So it's got like Earl or Grey or something.
Yeah, and these are Chrissy's again.
Yeah. Banana Nut Pumpkin Chai. Oh, this is the same cover, Mom. Decaf Chalk. Yeah, you just went through these.
Mm-hmm.
Decaf Chalk Strawberry Earl. Decaf Orange Chai.
I just got the regular ones, I think, because I have.
Oh, that's right. And
Yeah.
then this one
See,
is
this one's in here is what.
non-calf lavender gray. Something chocolate truffles.
Yeah. See, this is how you can see.
Oh, okay. Just that some of them sounded similar because
Yeah.
they became decaf. Okay. So yes.
I got those. You said, yeah, I got a lot of tea.
It occurred to me that I forgot that I snagged Davina's Plum Deluxe hot chocolate that doesn't have any dairy in it. I can mix it with whatever. Thank you.
This is my blend. This is a spot of mott and chocolate.
I'm running low on it. So, actually, this is probably the one that should go in a tin versus the one I was gonna put in a tin. Even though I like that one too. But what do I think? Oh, I stole Davina's Plum Chunks hot chocolate because she never opened it.
Right.
And rather than get rid of it, once we found out it was actually non-dairy,
Yeah.
I was like, I'll drink it.
Yep.
I mean, I'm sure it says on their site, like the sugar and stuff. If not, I'll base it off of my,
Your taste.
my Mexican hot chocolate.
Right.
For calories. I'm sure Mexican hot chocolate's more expensive. Actually, you know what? I probably should count it off of something like Nesquik, because it's probably more similar to that
Right.
than my Mexican hot chocolate. Because I think there's other things in the Mexican hot chocolate.
It could be, yeah. I think, and I will probably most likely have one more tea to show you guys next week or the week after because of this lady that I told you who gifted me a tea. It's a kind of a masala chai type knockoff type of thing, but it's decaf because she made it for her friend who doesn't do caffeine. And so I can drink that. I finished almost because I don't have enough to make another cup of tea in it. The little sample tin that I got from her, so I need to get one. And I will probably move out one of the teas that I don't like as much. I like it, but I have to pull out the coconut, so and I can't drink it right now. So when I get that, I'll probably dump that into some kind of a Ziploc with the thing on top of it, and put it in the box with my other teas.
I need to do that with some of my other ones that are just taking up tins. Although I'll tell you what, since I took my red container and I stopped putting yarn in it because I moved the yarn elsewhere. Putting all the teas in that has been really helpful because if I don't want to go around to where my tins are, I just go into the thing. And that's actually part of why, besides the fact I really like it, that I've been having so much of your chocolate one. Because it's in that box, I just take it from my bunny.
Well, I'm trying to have up there what I like because that's where I go.
Right, well that's closer to, and I like the ones that are there too. But sometimes they're just too lazy to walk over there.
No, I get that. And I toyed with the idea of getting another small tin like this, but I don't have any place to put it that doesn't either hurt my arm or obscure something that's on the wall, like my Jesus picture, which is not going to be obscured. So I will probably just take that one out. Not that I won't drink it, I just can't drink it right now.
Well, you could almost put a little box underneath, 'cause especially once you get rid of that computer. You know, I guess if you turn around, you want space for your feet.
Yeah, I don't want.
You really do need to move that computer because then you can turn around and write there.
Yeah,
And then be facing me when we talk instead of the computer.
I will do that. I was planning on doing that. Just too many things to do. So
Maybe we should do that right after this so it actually gets done.
potentially, I'll see if I like it. I probably will do that. I don't know.
Because otherwise you'll never do it.
Well, I was thinking about it this morning, and I thought about it yesterday. So,
Like I said, you'll never do it unless we just do it.
but anyway, so yeah, I have a lot of teas coming in to kind of balance off. There are some teas I'm not getting rid of, and they're staying in the tins because, like, the My Spot of Mott and Chocolate and the Little Gray Cells. Because I was talking to Ty, I said even when I go back to being able to do everything, I tend to gravitate toward things with less.
Whereas I gravitate towards ones more.
Yeah, with less caffeine, except for the chais and the motts. The one that Ty's got has a yerba mott and a
Well, not this one.
toasted mott. The one I just gave you has a toasted mott and a yerba mott in it. and it has kind of that kick in it.
Mm-hmm.
So
You see, funny is I don't notice the kick. I just like the way caffeinated teas taste.
oh, I do too. Well, and I'm finding that if I don't like Ceylon tea that much. So usually it bothers my stomach. But the lady who did the chai I was just talking about that I'm going to order, it's decaf Ceylon teas, and I brew it like I think at 190 instead of 212, and I didn't have any issue. I mean, I have a little something maybe to eat with it sometimes. If I feel like I might, but
Well, if I have to eventually do your mouth guard, I'd have to go for something that has a Ceylon teas because I love black teas, and I'm not a huge fan of most of the things like the rooibos, or I'm not a tea like an herbal tea person.
so what would you go to?
The ones with the Ceylon that you were just
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about, because that's black tea, so I could have a little bit of sugar.
And they just suggested it. I'm just doing it because I had yours might be slightly different because it's not just inflammation.
No, it's not.
For me, it was inflammation, and I have both guards, not just the the night guard.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about if I ever had to go that
Right,
route
right,
that you are at.
Right.
Now that might not be something that, because I don't just have, like you said, the swelling. I'm always going to probably have A level, she said, just because we can't stop the.
Well, I think
I
I'm gonna
understand.
always have a level as well because I can open my mouth wider now, not completely as I should, but wider. But I still get pain that's not related to that, and I think
Yeah.
it's due to my either my psoriatic arthritis or my not yet diagnosed whatever else is going
Well,
on.
fibromyalgia.
So, so there's something else going on. So
Now,
I-
granted, you are only a month in.
yeah, and I will, like I said, I will. They didn't tell me I had to go off. It suggested it, and I'm not sure how much it's helping. So after the 6 month period, I will probably go back to drinking whatever I want. I'll just watch the sugar and make sure that I don't have as much caffeine.
Well, and just the fact that you happen to like the decaf / herbal ones just as much. A lot of times, it's not
Yeah.
a huge deal for you.
Well, the things that I'm missing are like
The little gray cells.
the little gray cells, and mine the one I gave you is a moderate tea. It's not a, and I'm going to go up to moderate.
You probably can't have physician right now.
Depends if it's moderate or high.
I can't remember. I know it's got mod in it.
Yeah,
But it's also got chamomile.
right, which is nothing. So it could be a moderate.
Yeah.
Now, whether or not I can have healer is another thing, because it's a chai.
Yeah, it's chai. And I don't think you can have Archer, because that's green tea and mott.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that so is Gardner.
Probably. So my goal is to eventually be able to drink all the teas that I want, and I'll just I'm still having some caffeinated with my morning chai at the moment because somebody gave us a big old gallon container of what I call 30 calorie, but it's a almond milk, and I asked for just the little ones because we don't drink a lot of that now, so. But because I had so many, they couldn't find it. What I asked for, so they gave me this big gallon one. So I wanted to make sure I drank it down before it went bad.
Yeah.
So, and now I have to finish the ones that are open, and then I'll look at my options in terms of doing other things for breakfast, which will also knock a lot of calories off because
I don't know how you chai.
Oh, I love chai. And
I just
cinnamon.
can't get into it, and I usually can taste it right away.
You know what I like is the pink peppercorns. The pink peppercorns in it. I notice that Chrissy puts a lot in when she makes something specifically for me. She tends to put the pink peppercorns in because I like that.
I think I have the peppercorns in Archer
There's a
because I wanted it to be a little bit
yes,
spicy.
persnickety, you can say it. Somebody gave me a tea, or I bought a tea or whatever, and it had not only I think it was one of Chrissy's. It had pink peppercorns and the black peppercorns. It was really good. Had a nice little kick to it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's probably more than you want to know about tea.
And I'm getting a little tired. We can still do enough to do the personal stuff at the end if we want to, but I figure we should just start heading into
I
the
think
outro.
we already kind of touched upon the personal
Yeah.
stuff, except if this is not overly personal. If you want
Yeah.
to leave, we wish you the best, and we wish we hope that you come back. I guess I should thank people first.
Yeah.
We want to thank the people before you guys leave, who might leave before the personal because you don't want to hear personal, and that's fine. We'll see you next week. We want to thank the people who commented, in case some of them are leaving. I want to thank Paula, Kara, Looney Hiker, Christina, Meditative Crafter, Wendy, who is MacGyver, I Know Who You Are, and Rena. Okay? And if I missed you guys, it's only because I didn't see you just, you know, these were the people who were there when
When you wrote your notes.
and I was literally, you know, 15 minutes before the podcast because this normally would be here if I didn't have time. So, so we'll give you time to leave if you want to leave, and then we'll just do our little bit of personal. Okay. My husband had to go to a funeral in Ohio, so my mother-in-law passed away about 2 weeks ago now. And
Has it been only that long?
maybe 3 tops.
I feel like it's been closer to 3.
Well, 2 or 3 weeks. So
Yeah.
it might be closer to 3. It's been a little while.
Yeah.
And she and my grandfather,
Not your grandfather, my
not
grandfather.
Yes, she and my father-in-law were buried together in one of the military cemeteries. And my father-in-law died, good 15 years ago.
Yeah, it was,
He died in
it was my
2005.
freshman. Yeah, it was my
Yeah,
freshman year
he
in
died-
college.
He died September of 2005, and I guess she had the ashes in
October,
Her
late September,
urn.
early
No,
October.
she died. He died September 30th.
Okay, I was gonna say it was almost October because I remember the exact day that he died, like what was going on and everything.
I remember the exact day because
Oh, maybe I remember the exact day you told me. You might not have told me till October.
I remember the exact day because they tried to say it was the 31st of September. Like there is no 31st day of September.
I think what I remember because you told me later. That's why I keep thinking it's October because you didn't tell me until October.
Right.
Because I had tests or something.
Right. So I guess they kept the ashes in an urn or something. They're buried in a military cemetery in Ohio. So my husband went by himself because I had stayed home with the kids. And he's, other than that, we have various things going on. Nothing that, Ty's going to be looking to get a mouth guard. I hope.
Yeah, we have an appointment in August. So mine will just be at night. But, yeah. Other than that, anything stash enhancement or really anything like that's going to be on BookTube for me. I just feel like I've been having a lot more sensory issues, so it's been really hard for me to get things done like I want to. It's been an interesting year. Feels like there's been a lot of weather, but you know what? I mean, people have had it worse with this. The people have been closer to the
Smoke and stuff.
the smoke between the, I guess, dust from Africa and the.
Yeah, we have dust from East Africa. We've got smoke from the wildfires in Canada. My heart goes out to our friends in Canada.
Yeah.
But-
I don't know if we have any coming from California. I think all the ones that we're getting is from Canada.
Yeah, Canada and East Africa, apparently,
Yeah.
which I didn't realize until somebody told me at the beauty shop.
But
But
which is kind of weird to me because then it would have had to cross the ocean.
yeah, I don't
But-
know. But I don't know.
I know, but the one for Canada does kind of make sense for me based on however the airflow is going or whatever. But yeah, it just seems like they're just not having never-ending issues over there with that, and we're only getting a small amount of it. But yeah, just between weather and air quality and
It's been a really rough
yeah.
year here, but it's fine. It is what it is. And I for the Zoom, which is not this Friday, but next Friday, we may not be able to have it that day because I might have to drive my husband in for a procedure. So
Okay.
into Winchester. So
We'll keep you
we'll
appraised.
we'll probably have to change the day.
Okay.
So.
Okay, so we will update and let you all know. Probably on the Patreon's chat on
And on the chat, yeah.
and then it'll also go on the site when we adjust it too. But we usually do it on the chat first. On WhatsApp. What else? I had something else. Okay, well, I guess I don't remember. That's annoying. It'll probably occur to me when we're done.
That's okay. It can be told later or put on the boards if we have to do it.
Yeah, I'm currently feeling a bit overstimulated, so I know that's probably part of the reason why I'm forgetting. Oh, that's what it was. What I also keep forgetting is they say that recovery from neurosurgeries can be quite a period of time. It's not even just a matter of months sometimes. And I keep forgetting that I haven't even hit a year yet since my surgery. it feels like it's been longer than that. But I had it like mid-September,
Right.
and
No. Yes.
I had it.
It was.
It was around your retreat.
Which it was no, not around my retreat. It was on my retreat.
So actually, it's mid-late September, and I keep
Mid-September.
yeah, I keep forgetting that it really hasn't been that long. So, because my doctor had brought that up when I mentioned how frustrated I was with the amount of weight I gained, and she's like, "Well, you're still recovering from surgery and stuff," but so yeah,
And that's Davina's.
that's the so we do need to get going. But yeah, that was what I was trying to remember, and I need to isolate.
Okay, so I want to wish you all a wonderful. We're glad you're here. We want to wish you a wonderful week full of knitting, crocheting, crafting, whatever it is that makes your heart happy. And we hope to see you here for the Foot and the Women Cave next week. This is the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 562, and that's a wrap.
Bye-bye.
Bye.